Welcome to the page. Today we talk to Florence Mudzingwa, a professional young woman who was born with a disability. Her life experience has inspired her to form a trust to help other disabled women in Zimbabwe.
My name is Florence Mudzingwa. I work for a Microsoft company, but a partner. I want to talk about my trust. Hope Resurrect Trust. What inspired me to start Hope Resurrect? I feel that not all of us are fortunate in society to be able to make it in the corporate world. Some of my schoolmates are still cannot get employment because of their physical condition. I feel that, being where I am now, I also want someone out there, one girl out there, to be able to do what I'm also able to do. Like get a job and be able to be self-sufficient. So that is my desire, that we empower girls to do what they have to do. I feel our society, especially Africa, does not accept marriages of disabled women to an able-bodied man. And therefore it makes the disabled woman very vulnerable in society because she can't depend on herself. So Hope Resurrect, we're trying to empower the young lady to be able to be self-sufficient with the skills that she has. But all this starts with one being supported by family. And me being an example, I also want to give what I have had. My family was very supportive of me from a very tender age. And I never felt left out or an outcast in the family. I would play games with others just the same. They wouldn't say, this one, Florence, you can't, so we are sidelining you. That's what I would also want. And when I went to a college that was with the able-bodied, I would take part in all the activities. Be it modeling, dancing, I would be part of it. So I'm encouraging one young lady, even if you're disabled, don't look down upon yourself. You have great abilities, and God created you for a purpose, so you shouldn't think, oh well, I'm useless, society can't accept me. You have to build yourself. It's coming from the inside of you. Know who you are first, and you will experience what you know. I want to appeal to the corporate sector that, if they embrace a person with disability, that being physically challenged doesn't mean that you're mentally disturbed. It's just the physical body, but the skills, the ability to do anything, they can do it. And also I'm appealing to society to embrace disability, because society is where we belong and where we get our being. But if you are looked down upon in society, you can never achieve your goals. So this is what we want. And on the 21st of June, we'll be launching Hope Resurrect officially here in Zimbabwe. And we are selling our tickets. For more information, you can call us, our team members, and you can also like us on our Facebook page.
Tariro neGitare is an amazing and innovative young woman who has taken contemporary Afro Soul by storm. She talks to us about her debut album and her experiences as an artist.
The new album is my debut album. It's self-titled, called Tariro neGitare. It's really a celebration of everything African. It's a celebration of love. It's a celebration of the things that a typical Zimbabwean young woman would go through in their late 20s. It's really an expression of the things that I've been through, and I'm trying to express how I view life. That's basically what the album is about. My music does carry very strong message of love. There's also a hint of spirituality. I've got a song called Zvanezva, which talks about how, we're going through a rough time and just need God to sort of intervene. It also talks about relationship, mainly good and bad, especially a song called Uripi, which, highlights a young woman crying out for her lover and saying, look, where are you? I'm trying to be with you at this time. So yes, it does carry a message. For me, it was more like it was a process where I was sort of led into it. Yes, I was a musician. I used to play at school, but I never thought that I'd actually have a career out of the music. But you'd find that even growing up and trying to get more into business and other ventures, I'd find myself coming back to things that are arts related. So in the end I decided, look, let me just take this up, and it seems to be the right move. I haven't really faced serious challenges yet. I'm only starting out, but there are obviously things that do affect a young artist in Zimbabwe, in Africa, particularly things like the economic situation at the moment is not really conducive for people to spend money in music. And for instance, I've just returned from my Germany tour, and in comparison, we were selling our CDs for €10 in Germany, and it wasn't an issue. They were actually saying, why don't you make them 15? And then you come back home and someone is actually trying to negotiate $10. So it's that difference in appreciation where when you're out there, it's really an amazing product. Everyone really is receptive to it. But when you're at home, it's not really the same. Although I must admit, the culture is changing. People are starting to find more value in purchasing music. It's just now the industry just needs to sort of set up proper structures to support the artists that are starting to come up. I think I'm blessed in the sense that everything seems to be coming together. For instance, the family life and the music and my business is all interwoven. So you find that it's convenient for me, and in terms of family and the music, I have time to be spending time with my daughter. I have time to be spending time with other family members because of my flexible hours. And everything just seems to be working out, so I don't seem to have a problem there. I perform for any occasion that I'm called for, really. It can be weddings, it can be public events, it can be at a pub or a cafe. Wherever people require to see me perform, I will be there. I think for starters, we need to start looking at our art as not just as a passion, but as a potential revenue stream. And because it's a potential revenue stream, whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. So if you don't work hard towards your art, you will not get any results out of it. And I've been reading a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, which highlights how those little things that you do consistently are the things that will yield results. So if you're not rehearsing, if you're not practicing, if you're not doing your sales calls for your shows or for whatever it is, then don't expect to yield any results. People will not take you seriously.